With Kingsland battling only one day away, it's critical that we defend our city. In this video, we're going to expertise YSS, who I will argue is one of the very best city garrisons in Rise of Kingdoms. Stick around if you want to see us expertise this commander and then pull together some test results. Hello, my friends, and welcome back. I'm Chisgule Gaming, and we are going to be expertising YSS in this video. If you like Rise of Kingdoms guides that help you get value and smash your enemies, consider smashing that subscribe button for daily Rise of Kingdoms videos. We are a sponsored content creator, and I think this is one of the best commanders in the game for defending your city. Now, why is that? There's a couple things that they do incredibly well, but the thing I want to call your attention to, if you're going all in on a city defense, is this last skill over here. 40% of stats. If you have two different types of troops for defending something, well, in your city, you're going to have 4 different types of troops, and all of them are going to benefit from that crazy, ridiculous amount of stats. So I'm pretty excited for having this commander with Theodora on my wall to protect my city, just in case things get really dicey in Kingdom versus Kingdom. Here we are looking into Kingsland now, where all the action is going to take place. The area where I think I've probably got to defend my city if things get dicey and I'm off territory, which easily could happen, battling into the formidable kingdom we're up against as our neighbors, Kingdom 46. By the way, before we go expertise YSS, allow me to take a moment to thank the sponsors of this video, World War Dough. Looking for something to do after you've sent out your gatherers in Rise of Kingdoms? Well, guess what? Have I got the game for you. In World War Dough, you go head-to-head with another player in a fast-paced, action-packed battle where you try to take out the other commander or their towers. But look out! If they take out you or your towers, you lose. I like that in this game, you're building a collection of cards, you figure out which ones make for the best plays, sickest combos, and then you rock those sweet emojis and dance your way to victory. If you're interested in quests, oh, have I got quests for you. Quests on quests and rewards on rewards. In the season pass, you've got 19 days left to get in on season 1, the ground level, folks. And guess what? We've even got room in our club. And every month we hold a competition where we give away gems. Yes, baby, gems. In-game to the top people who rank here. Last month, we awarded the top 6 placements. That's right, the top 6 placements in our club. We'll flash those up on the screen. Congratulations to last month's winners. And this month, it could be you. Oh yeah, and the winners also got the Commander-in-Chef skin. Can't forget that. And there'll be a new skin we give away this month. Simply get into the top 3. And you know what? If one of the top 3 is last month's winner, then we'll just award them and award somebody else too, okay? So we will award up to 6 people for top placements in World War Dough just for being in our club and pushing rank. Get in on this action. At some point in the future, there's going to be a tournament with a huge cash prize, which I look forward to competing in when that happens. Season 2 for World War Dough is less than a week away, so this is the perfect time to get into the game, then get rolling with Season 2, which brings 2 new cards into the game. Use the link above my head to download, and anytime you make a purchase, that will support the channel. Thanks again for checking this out, and to World War Dough. As I was saying, I think this commander is really good for defending your city. We're going to expertise him to protect ours, and as a public service announcement, your best garrison defense is a peace shield, people. Don't take the rally if you don't want to, or you don't know what you're doing, or you're not very confident in what's about to happen. Here we are. We're going to go and expertise this commander. Now, from wheels alone, we were able to max the first skill, which does area of effect damage, which is really nice. We also have the second skill maxed, has a chance to give us some defense and extra damage, which is solid. We also have a little bit of stats in this one, but when we max it, it's 30% of defense for all troops. This is completely insane, okay? We're going to have all our troops, different types, in our city. This is a massive benefit to us. It's really astonishing how good that is. I also really like the counterattack damage and the shielding in the final skill. And it gives 20% attack. I mean, from these two alone, that's 30% defense. Over here, we have 20% attack for all troop types. Here we have another 40%. So we're looking at 90% of stats for all troop types, and your city's going to have all those. Anyways, I think I've explained why. Let's actually do this. Then let's go test them. So we're going to go into the skills. And earlier this week, we had 2,317 sculptures. We're down to 1,212. We've been busy. Let's bump these over and work on YSS. All right, moving those sculptures. It's a lot of sculptures to expertise a commander. From unlock to expertise, that is a grand total of 700. And it's the last four that are the most expensive. That is, by the way, what we're doing right now. Those last four are 75, 75, and then 80, 80. That's 310 total, which is, like almost half the total amount of sculptures is in literally the last four skill ups. So here we are moving over those sculptures and the final 80 sculptures in play, leaving us with 840 sculptures remaining. There we are. Final skill unlocked. And now let's expertise this commander, unlocking the sweet expertise skill. Oh yeah. Broken Moon. That's solid. 40% of stats, 20% attack, 20% defense. Only thing that could make it better is if there was health in there. So let's go now and level and star him up. I'm not going to make you watch that. We'll be right back. All right, we've done it. YSS, leveled up, starred up, talents applied. You may be wondering, whoa, Chisgule, let me see the build after Kingsland, maybe during Kingsland. No, probably after. We'll show builds, join the live stream. It's going to be nuts. I'm sure you can understand why that's information that we can't just go and share just yet. So what we're going to do is go into the expedition for this particular test. And I would like to test what we ran in my previous video, Charles Martel and Theodora, which was my city defense, against the brand spanking new YSS Theodora, and see which one actually does better for at least this ridiculous game mode. But let's give it a shot. So here we are. We're going to fire this up. We're going to use our new YSS primary. We're going to rock that awesome Theodora secondary. And we're going to use 225,000 of each major troop type, followed by the rest siege, because that represents what I actually have in my city approximately. A good enough approximation. Okay, there we go. That looks about right. Let's fire this up and see this magnificent pair doing work. Keep in mind, there is no equipment on this commander or on Charles Martel, which we're going to run next, that Charles Martel and Theodora secondary, just to compare what I had before to what I've got now. Now, what I had before was already kind of nuts. This should also be really quite exceptional for that situation in Kingsland where we probably will get multi-rally. Oh my goodness. The AoE from the YSS should be very solid. The AoE from Theodora looking great, generating astonishing amounts of rage from getting swarmed just from the talents alone. That's in part because of the leadership tree and the defense tree having talents that give you rage for every target hitting you. I mean, wow. Wow. This is about as exceptional as I was hoping it might be. Of course, we're only, minute or so into this test. Really hard to say. The shields on Charles Martel are very, very good at really making the garrison be extremely survivable. And Charles Martel, I mean, he's increasing the damage that the garrison deals very meaningfully. So we'll see which one actually does better here. Let's use the magic of YouTube to sort of snap our fingers and get to the tail end of this test. All right, here we are with about a minute remaining. We've got 697,000 units left, and just look at that AoE. It is really quite magnificent. It is really quite magnificent. I'm pretty happy with this choice here. This is about the same result that I remember with using the Charles Martel primary. So we'll kind of see how this all plays out and compares. I think this was a good choice and a worthwhile investment of my sculptures. And I'm just going to point out that most of what YSS does hasn't even turned on yet. He gets more powerful when he's below 50% strength, and he is very much above 50% strength in this video. With 11 seconds remaining, we've got 675,000 units. At the tail end of this, we have exactly, 674. Let's remember that number because we're going to go compare to what we were using before. Let's get that lined up. We're going to put the Charles Martel as the primary and the Theodora as the secondary. Now, I suppose theoretically I could do this. This is an interesting idea. Should we test this? I feel like maybe we should, but let's start with the apples to apples comparison. All right, here we are. The same thing we ran previously. Get those troops lined up. We fire off this test. I don't know how this is going to compare, but if I bring the right amount of troops, it's going to be really interesting. The Charles Martel has massive amounts of counterattack, extremely useful in this game mode. He's also giving the shield, which is going to protect and preserve the troop count, and to top it off, that damage boost is really quite meaningful. 40% for, is it 40%? Maybe it's 30% for 4 seconds. I'm not remembering off the top of my head. I think it might be 30. It's a lot of damage. Let's see how this does here. At the start, get a quick sense. There goes the first shield. The rage gen is still really quite good on Charles Martel. And I mean, gosh, for a commander that you get just the start of the game, he is honestly very, very impressive. This is going quite well also. I don't know. We may have for ourselves here a run for the money with Charles Martel. Could it be? Could it be? I'm going to say that this doesn't really represent the reality of a multi-rally situation, okay? But let's snap our fingers and make our way to the final minute to compare the results. Okay, here we are with about a minute remaining, and we already see that it is not quite performing as well. It's not performing as well as the YSS. And look, like this is kind of a smoke test. It's like a quick run to sort of see how things go. I think obviously a better representation is sort of going to be an Ark of Osiris, maybe. The problem is that Ark of Osiris is not a city, and there are talents that apply to cities that aren't going to work in an Ark of Osiris test match. You could test at a pass, which is a common practice for testing commanders, but again, that's not going to reflect city-related talents. All in all, it's honestly pretty close, but when you think about the volume of troops that I've got and you multiply this out, the difference is actually probably going to be pretty meaningful in terms of the number of troops that are preserved. But actually, you know, as I look at the final result here, it's probably going to be 655,000, it looks like. It's honestly not horribly different, all in all. We're going to see tomorrow, if our city gets rallied, how YSS is going to do. And I'll be really eager to hear your thoughts around this new pair, which we should go and put onto our wall now. Moving from good old Charles Martel up to the YSS Theodora. That is not a city I would want to rally. If you enjoyed this video and you're looking for more information about city defense, check out the card up in the top. We've got a whole playlist suited to exactly your needs. Subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss out on Kingsland, which is tomorrow, or more videos about defending your city and expertising commanders. And until next time, you have fun smashing the kingdom.